French Open. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve just out, so second serve on this point, first point of the match. Iga Swiatek v Rebecca Sramkova. Match just started. Rebecca Sramkova, centre box serve. Iga Swiatek backhand return centre. Rebecca Sramkova forehand, Iga Swiatek fair forward, forehand to left, and Sramkova forehand to right. And Iga Swiatek strikes a forehand to the right just out, so 15-love. Rebecca Sramkova with the first service game of the match. French Open, second tennis Grand Slam tournament of the season. In the first round matches, and commentary of the amount of tennis and on the amount of tennis and on the amount of matches of these live commentaries, as after a bit of backhand to backhand, Rebecca Sramkova's last shot on the point just played just hit the net, so 15-all. In the first game of the match, in the first set of this one, Iga Swiatek v Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve centre of box and forehand, and Iga Swiatek forehand to right. Rebecca Sramkova backhand to right, Iga Swiatek forehand to right. Sramkova returns and Iga Swiatek forehand to right. Rebecca Sramkova strikes a backhand to right, Iga Swiatek forehand returns to the right. Then backhand to backhand. Then Rebecca Sramkova strikes a backhand to left, Iga Swiatek then strikes a backhand to the right. And Sramkova strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it. And Iga Swiatek with forehand return to left just hits the net, so 30-15. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre just out, so second serve on this point for Rebecca Sramkova. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre, and it's an ace, so 40-15. So Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point, 40-15. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre box, Iga Swiatek back on turns right, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand to the left just out, so 40-30. Well, other matches playing Elena Rybakina, Julia Riera, it's one set all. In that one, 6-1 Elena Rybakina first set, but Julia Riera qualifier, 6-4 second set, so that match is level at one set all. Will be third and final set to be starting and playing in that one. In this one, Iga Swiatek v Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre box serve. Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand return to the right, backhand to backhand, and Iga Swiatek strikes backhand to left, and Rebecca Sramkova forehand to the right. And Iga Swiatek forehand to left, Sramkova a shot to the left and backhand to backhand, and Iga Swiatek backhand to the right, just out. So the first service game of the match is held for Rebecca Sramkova at the start in the first set of this one. So So Iga Swiatek serving, and just won a point after Iga Swiatek served a bit of forehand, then Rebecca Sramkova's last forehand a bit out after a bit on the last forehand struck from Iga Swiatek. So 15-love on serve at the start of this one. Iga Swiatek with a serve, wide serve, hits top net and just out. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point, and Iga Swiatek with a serve wide and Rebecca Sramkova backhand return, and Iga Swiatek further forward, strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So 30-love. Iga Swiatek with a serve, wide serve. Rebecca Sramkova forehand return centre. Iga Swiatek strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. So 40-love. Iga Swiatek with forehand winners to finish for last 2 points. One struck to the right at 1 point and one struck to the left. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, and Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand return to the right, bit on it. Iga Swiatek returns further forward. Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand to the right, and Rebecca Sramkova by net, and Iga Swiatek with a backhand return to the right just hits the net. So 40-15. 2 forehands struck with a bit on them from Rebecca Sramkova from returning Iga Swiatek serve on in that point. 40-15 on his Iga Swiatek service game on serve at the start of this one. And Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre. Rebecca Sramkova backhand return. Iga Swiatek forehand to right, stop net and over net. But then Rebecca Sramkova further forward strikes a forehand to left, and Iga Swiatek forehand return to the centre just out. After a forehand struck to the left with a bit of it from Rebecca Sramkova. So 40-30. Iga Swiatek rather. Well, Rebecca Sramkova just won a point, but Iga Swiatek with a serve, wide serve, just hits net. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a serve, wide, just out, double fault. So Iga Swiatek still on the first service game of the match for Iga Swiatek, after Rebecca Sramkova held serve in the first game of the match in this first set. And Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre. Rebecca Sramkova backhand return centre. Iga Swiatek strikes backhand right. Rebecca Sramkova forehand return right. Iga Swiatek strikes backhand serve. Rebecca Sramkova backhand return centre. Then Iga Swiatek then hits a forehand to the right, and it's a winner and a point for potentially Iga Swiatek to hold serve in this service game. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, just hits net. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre box. Rebecca Sramkova backhand turns right. Iga Swiatek backhand right. And Rebecca Sramkova forehand to left. Iga Swiatek then strikes a bit of an angled forehand to the right, and it's in for a winner. And an angled forehand winner struck from Iga Swiatek to finish and win that point and hold serve. So 1-1 on serve in the first set of this one. So Rebecca Sramkova serving 1-1 on serve in the first set. Rebecca Sramkova with a Centre of the box serve, Iga Swiatek strikes forehand with 10 centre, Rebecca Sramkova forehand to the right, Iga Swiatek returns, Rebecca Sramkova then with forehand to the left, just hits the net, so love 15. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre of the box just out, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve centre box, Iga Swiatek backhand turn to the left, and Rebecca Sramkova further forward strikes a backhand to the left, and it's a winner. So 15-all. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve centre to wide, Iga Swiatek there with a forehand return, just hits the net, so 30-15. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, Iga Swiatek forehand return, the serve just out from Sramkova, so second serve on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a central box serve, Iga Swiatek backhand return, backhand to backhand, then Iga Swiatek then backhand to the left, and then Rebecca Sramkova backhand drop shot to the left, and it's a winner. A bit on that drop shot to the left from Rebecca Sramkova from the backhand, and it's a winner. So Rebecca Sramkova will win in that point. Quite the backhand drop shot to the left that. So 40-15. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this, with a second serve rather on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a central box serve, and Iga Swiatek then strikes a forehand return to the right, just hits the net. So on serve in the first set. So Iga Swiatek. So Iga Swiatek serving, just 1 point, 15-love, forehand, and a backhand winner struck to finish the last point from Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek with a serve centre box. Rebecca Sramkova strikes returns left, and then backhand from Iga Swiatek and a Forehand struck to the left from Rebecca Sramkova, but just out, so 30 love. Iga Swiatek with a central serve, and it's an ace, so 40 love. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre box. Rebecca Sramkova with backhand return to the centre, just out, so 2-all on serve in the first set. So Rebecca Sramkova serving, 2-all on serve in the first set. And Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve wide, and Iga Swiatek forward turns left from Rebecca Sramkova, strikes forward to left, and Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand to the right on return the next shot, but just out, so 15 love. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve, just hits the net, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, Iga Swiatek with a forehand return to the right, just hits the net, so 30 love. So Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre box. Iga Swiatek strikes forward, turns left, and Rebecca Sramkova strikes one right, and Iga Swiatek strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova a bit of forehand on it, but a bit on that forehand struck to the left from Iga Swiatek, so 30-15. Rebecca Sramkova a central serve, and maybe just out, another serve still on this point for Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre of the box, just out, double fault, so 30-all. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre. Iga Swiatek back on the 10th right, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand drop shot to the right, and it's a winner. So a backhand drop shot winner to the right with that one from Rebecca Sramkova, 40-30. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre of the box serve, just out, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to centre box. Iga Swiatek strikes back on 10th right. Rebecca Sramkova back on 10th serve, and Iga Swiatek strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve, and Iga Swiatek forehand return just hits net, bit on that wide serve from Rebecca Sramkova. So a point for Rebecca Sramkova to maybe potentially hold serve and still have this on serve in the first set. No break points after an amount after the start of this one, the first set. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve just out, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve centre box. Iga Swiatek backhand returns right, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand to right, and forehand. Rebecca Sramkova strikes a bit of a forehand to the left, but just out. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre of the box, just out. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve wide, and Iga Swiatek forehand turns left, and Rebecca Sramkova forehand to left for a bit on it. And backhand Iga Swiatek, Rebecca Sramkova and strikes forehand to left, and backhand to backhand, and Iga Swiatek strikes a forehand to right. And Rebecca Sramkova backhand to left, backhand to backhand, backhand to backhand. And then Rebecca Sramkova third backhand, struck to the right, bit on it. Iga Swiatek forehand return, and Rebecca Sramkova further forward just by the net with a forehand struck to the left from just by the net, and it's a winner. A bit on that forehand, and potentially a point for Rebecca Sramkova to maybe still have this on serve in the first set, rather. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre box serve, and then backhand to backhand, and then Iga Swiatek backhand to left, and Rebecca Sramkova forehand to right, and Iga Swiatek strikes her forehand to the right, and it's in. A bit on that forehand struck, and still on this Rebecca Sramkova service game. So just over 6 minutes on this Rebecca Sramkova service game. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre. Iga Swiatek backhand block return, but a bit on that central serve from Rebecca Sramkova, and a point for Rebecca Sramkova to maybe potentially hold this service game. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve just out, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to... It's a wide serve. Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand return to right. Then Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner. So still on serve in the first set. So So Iga Swiatek serving, on serve in the first set. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, a bit on it, and Rebecca Sramkova a bit of backhand on it, but a bit on that serve from Iga Swiatek, so 15 love. Iga Swiatek with a serve, wide serve, and Rebecca Sramkova then strikes a backhand return to left, just out, so 30 love. Iga Swiatek just missed the first serve, so second serve for Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek with a central serve, a bit of kick, and Rebecca Sramkova returns, but Iga Swiatek further forward, strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. So 40 love. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, just out. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a serve wide, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand return to left, but then Iga Swiatek further forward by net with a forehand to the right, but then Rebecca Sramkova onto it with a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So 40-15. Iga Swiatek with a serve wide, and Rebecca Sramkova from returns left, and Iga Swiatek then strikes right to the left, just out. So 40-30. Iga Swiatek with a serve wide, a bit on it, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand return to the centre, just out, and 3-all on serve in the first set. Rebecca Sramkova service game. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve. Iga Swiatek strikes a angle forehand return to the right, just out. So 15 love. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre box. Iga Swiatek backhand returns left from Rebecca Sramkova. Backhand to the centre. Iga Swiatek strikes one to the right, and Rebecca Sramkova forehand to left, a bit out. So 15-all. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, just out. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, and Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand return to the left with a bit on it, and Rebecca Sramkova a bit of backhand on it, but a bit on that backhand return, struck to the left from Iga Swiatek, and 15-30. Rebecca Sramkova serving. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve with a wide serve, just hits net. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre of the box. Iga Swiatek backhand return, just out. So 30-all, bit on that serve from Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre of the box, and then Iga Swiatek and strikes a forehand return to the right, just out. So 40-30. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre, and Iga Swiatek forehand to the centre, and Rebecca Sramkova forehand to left, and Iga Swiatek strikes forehand to right. Rebecca Sramkova forehand to the right, and Iga Swiatek backhand to left. Rebecca Sramkova backhand to the centre, and Iga Swiatek further forward, strikes the forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So still on this Rebecca Sramkova service game. After that forehand winner from Iga Swiatek. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre to wide serve, just hits net. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre of the box. Iga Swiatek then strikes a forehand return to the left, and it's a forehand return winner ace. Struck to the left from Iga Swiatek, and it's the first break point in the match. First break point in the match on this Rebecca Sramkova service game. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre. Iga Swiatek forehand return to the right, just out. So that's break point saved for Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre box. Iga Swiatek forehand return to the right. Rebecca Sramkova then strikes a forehand to the right, but just out. So it's another break point for Iga Swiatek. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre, and Iga Swiatek forehand block return centre, and Rebecca Sramkova then strikes one to right, and Iga Swiatek backhand return to the left, just out. So another breakpoint save for Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre. Iga Swiatek backhand block return to the left, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand to the left, and Iga Swiatek strikes one to right. Rebecca Sramkova then forehand to left, and Iga Swiatek strikes one to left. Rebecca Sramkova backhand slice return, but then Iga Swiatek to the net, and then a forehand drive volley to the left, and it's a winner, and it's another break point for Iga Swiatek. Forehand drive volley to the left, winner at the end of that last point for Iga Swiatek. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre box. Iga Swiatek backhand return to the centre. Rebecca Sramkova forehand to the left, and Iga Swiatek strikes one to right. And Rebecca Sramkova forehand to right, and Iga Swiatek then backhand to the left. Then Rebecca Sramkova backhand return to right, and Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand to the right, and it's a winner. And Iga Swiatek with a breaker serve in the first set. So Iga Swiatek serving. With break serve in the first set. Iga Swiatek wide serve, a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova beforehand return, but a bit on that wide serve from Iga Swiatek. So 15 love. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre box. Rebecca Sramkova backhand returns left, a bit out. So 30 love. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand block return, and then just behind that, Iga Swiatek strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So 40 love. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, Rebecca Sramkova forehand return to centre, and Iga Swiatek then strikes back and to right, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand return to the right. Then Iga Swiatek strikes forehand to the right, but just hits the net. So 40-15. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre box, and Rebecca Sramkova then strikes her backhand to the right with a bit on it, and Iga Swiatek with a forehand slice return, but just hits the net. So 40-30 after a bit on that return from Rebecca Sramkova. Iga Swiatek with a serve centre to wide, and then backhand to backhand, and then Rebecca Sramkova forehand to right, and Iga Swiatek forehand to left, and Rebecca Sramkova then strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. A bit on that. Iga Swiatek with a serve wide, and Rebecca Sramkova forehand return to the left, just out after a bit on that wide serve from Iga Swiatek. So point to potentially hold serve for Iga Swiatek and maintain the breaker serve in this first set. Iga Swiatek with a central serve, just hits the net. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a serve from Iga Swiatek to the centre of the box, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand return to left, and Iga Swiatek strikes the backhand to left. Rebecca Sramkova forehand slice turn to centre, and then Iga Swiatek fair forward with backhand, then Rebecca Sramkova returns. Iga Swiatek at the net with a forehand drop volley to the right, and it's a winner. So breaker serve maintained after holding that service game for Iga Swiatek. 5-3 Iga Swiatek for a breaker serve in the first set. So Rebecca Sramkova serving. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve, Iga Swiatek forehand turns left from Rebecca Sramkova forehand to centre, Iga Swiatek forehand to centre. Rebecca Sramkova forehand to the right, and Iga Swiatek strikes forehand to the left. Rebecca Sramkova forehand to the right, then just out after a bit on the last forehand struck from Iga Swiatek. So love 15. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve. Iga Swiatek strikes the backhand turns right, and Rebecca Sramkova back onto the right, just out. So love 30. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve wide, and it's nice. So 15-30. 15-30 after an ace served out wide from Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre. Iga Swiatek for return centre. Rebecca Sramkova for centre, but then Iga Swiatek strikes forward to left. Rebecca Sramkova then strikes one to left, just out. 2 break points and 2 set points for Iga Swiatek. 15-40. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre, and it's an ace. So 30-40. That's 1 set point saved. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre, just out. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve centre the box, and Iga Swiatek strikes back on 10 centre, and Rebecca Sramkova forehand, and Iga Swiatek strikes the backhand to left a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova returns, but then further forward, Iga Swiatek then strikes a short angle backhand to the right, struck, and it's a winner. Game and first set, Iga Swiatek 6-3. So 7 second set, Iga Swiatek serving. First serve just hitting that, so second serve, Iga Swiatek to centre a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova backhand return. And then Iga Swiatek with forehand to right, but then Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand a bit on it to the right, and it's a winner, so love 15. Iga Swiatek with a serve centre to the box bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova backhand turns right, and Iga Swiatek further forward, strikes backhand to right, hits top net and just over. And then Iga Swiatek at net. Rebecca Sramkova then with forehand to left, but then Iga Swiatek with forehand volley at net to the left, and it's a winner, so 15 all. Iga Swiatek with a serve, with a wide serve, just hits net, so second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a serve. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre. Rebecca Sramkova backhand turns right, and Iga Swiatek then strikes the backhand to left, just hits the net, so 15-30. So 15-30, Iga Swiatek just missed the first serve, so second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. 15-30, Iga Swiatek with a serve centre to wide, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand to right, and Iga Swiatek backhand to left, and Rebecca Sramkova returns to centre, and Iga Swiatek then strikes a forehand to left just out, so 15-40 and 2 break points for Rebecca Sramkova at the start of the second set. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre of the box a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova backhand turn. Iga Swiatek then backhand to left, and then backhand slice to backhand slice, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand to left, and Iga Swiatek strikes a forehand to left just out. So Rebecca Sramkova with a breaker serve at the start of the second set. So a result of a match just finished, Elena Rybakina winning in 3 sets, a competitive one via qualifier, Julia Riera, but Elena Rybakina winning over the match in 3 sets, 6-1, 4-6, 6-4. So Elena Rybakina into the second round to play Iva Jovic in round 2 for Elena Rybakina. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve and an ace, so 15-love. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve, serving rather, and with a breaker serve at the start of the second set. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve and another ace, so 2 aces on the last 2 points for Rebecca Sramkova on this Rebecca Sramkova service game. 1 ace to the centre and 1 wide, so 30-love. Rebecca Sramkova with a breaker serve in the second set. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve. Iga Swiatek a bit on the backhand return to the left, and then Rebecca Sramkova with a forehand to the left just out. So 30-15. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre of the box. Iga Swiatek forehand return, forehand. And Iga Swiatek forehand centre. And Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. Bet on that, 40-15. Rebecca Sramkova, essential serve, backhand to backhand. Iga Swiatek strikes one to the right. Rebecca Sramkova backhand to the. Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand to the right, but a bit out. And Rebecca Sramkova maintaining the breaker serve in the second set after holding that service game. Well, Iga Swiatek, best returner server, probably with the WTA, and or on the WTA rather, and hits with top spin. But Rebecca Sramkova, all right enough ball striking player, and is this maybe potentially for a competitive match? Still a bit to play in this second set. Iga Swiatek serving. Iga Swiatek with a serve, and Rebecca Sramkova returns. Iga Swiatek forehand to the right, but then Rebecca Sramkova strikes a backhand to the right, but just hits the net. So 15-love. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, just hits net. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. And Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre of the box, and then backhand to backhand. Iga Swiatek's backhand at top net and open net, and then backhand to backhand. Backhand from Rebecca Sramkova to the right is then just out. So 30-love. Iga Swiatek with a serve. Centre to wide. Rebecca Sramkova forehand returns to right, and Iga Swiatek then strikes a forehand to right bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova then backhand return to the centre just out. So 40-love. Iga Swiatek with a serve wide just out. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a serve. Iga Swiatek with a serve hits top of the net, but then a bit out. So 40-15 after a double fault. Iga Swiatek with a serve. Oh. Yeah. Iga Swiatek with a centre of the box serve just out. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a Iga Swiatek with a Iga Swiatek with a Iga Swiatek rather serve to the centre, and then Rebecca Sramkova a bit on the backhand, struck to the right and forehand, and Iga Swiatek backhand to the right, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand drop shot to the right, and Iga Swiatek onto it, forehand side shot to the right, and Rebecca Sramkova with a backhand lob over Iga Swiatek, Iga Swiatek at the net, and it's a winner. It's a backhand lob winner from Rebecca Sramkova. So 40-30. Drop shot from Rebecca Sramkova, Iga Swiatek onto it, but then on the shot after, Rebecca Sramkova, a backhand lob over Iga Swiatek, and the winner. So 40-30. Iga Swiatek with a centre of the box serve, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand turns left, and Iga Swiatek then strikes forehand to the right, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand slice turn. Then further forward, Iga Swiatek strikes her forehand to the right. We're a bit on it, and Rebecca Sramkova with backhand on it, but a bit on that backhand struck to the right from Iga Swiatek. And Iga Swiatek holds that service game. Rebecca Sramkova will break a serve in this second set. So Rebecca Sramkova serving with a breaker serve in the second set. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve. Iga Swiatek forehand return. Over net, then Rebecca Sramkova further forward just by net. Strikes a forehand to the right. And it's a winner, so 15-love. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre of the box. Iga Swiatek backhand turn, backhand to backhand, and Iga Swiatek with a backhand to the right just hits the net, so 30-love. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre just out, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve centre box. Iga Swiatek strikes backhand turn centre. Rebecca Sramkova forehand centre. Iga Swiatek backhand right. But then Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So forehand winner struck to the right from Rebecca Sramkova. 40-love. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve centre to wide. Iga Swiatek backhand turn and backhand drop shots right from Rebecca Sramkova. Iga Swiatek onto it with a backhand to left, and Iga Swiatek and there. And then Rebecca Sramkova with a backhand lob over Iga Swiatek to the right, and it's another backhand lob winner from Rebecca Sramkova to hold serve to love and maintain the breaker serve in the second set. So Iga Swiatek serving. Iga Swiatek with a wide serve. Rebecca Sramkova forehand turn centre. Iga Swiatek forehand centre. Rebecca Sramkova strikes one to the right. Then backhand to backhand. And Iga Swiatek backhand to left. And Rebecca Sramkova backhand drop shot to the left. Just hits the net. So 15-love. Iga Swiatek with a centre of the box serve, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand turn to the right. Then Iga Swiatek backhand serve, Rebecca Sramkova backhand to the left, and then forehand to forehand. And Rebecca Sramkova's forehand is struck to the right with a bit on it, and a winner. 15-all. Backhand to forehand from Sramkova to Swiatek, but then Sramkova on the next shot with a forehand winner struck to the right. 15-all. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, just hits the net. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. And Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova back on 10 7. Iga Swiatek strikes a forehand to left with a bit on it. And Rebecca Sramkova backhand slice return just hits the net. So 30-15. Iga Swiatek with a serve centre wide, and then Rebecca Sramkova strikes backhand to left with a bit on it. Iga Swiatek returns and backhand to backhand. Rebecca Sramkova strikes a backhand to left just out. So 40-15. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre just out. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre, a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova back on 10 centre. Iga Swiatek and strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it. And then Rebecca Sramkova with a backhand to left a bit out after a bit on that forehand struck to the left from Iga Swiatek. So Iga Swiatek holds that service game. Breaker serve in the second set for Rebecca Sramkova. So Rebecca Sramkova serving with a breaker serve in this second set. At 3-2, Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre of the box serve just out. The second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre of the box serve, and then Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand to the right, and backhand to backhand. Backhand to backhand, and Iga Swiatek backhand to centre. Rebecca Sramkova backhand to left. Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand to right. Rebecca Sramkova strikes backhand to left. Iga Swiatek backhand turn. And then further forward, Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand to the right, but just hits the net. So love 15. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, just hits net, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova reserve. Iga Swiatek and strikes the backhand returns right. Rebecca Sramkova returns and Iga Swiatek then strikes right to the right. We're a bit on it, and Rebecca Sramkova a bit of backhand return, but just hits net after a forehand on it. A bit struck to the right from Iga Swiatek. So love 30 on this Rebecca Sramkova service game. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre to wide serve, just hits net. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova central serve, and Iga Swiatek then strikes a backhand return to the right, and it's a backhand return winner ace struck from Iga Swiatek, and it's 3 break points and love 40. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre of the box serve, and Iga Swiatek with a backhand return to left, and it's a backhand return winner ace, and it's a breaker serve to love from Iga Swiatek, so it's on serve in the second set at 3-all. On serve in the second set. Iga Swiatek serving. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre of the box, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand turn centre, and Iga Swiatek strikes one to the right, and then Rebecca Sramkova backhand slice turn, but a bit on that forehand struck to the right from Iga Swiatek, so 15 love. Iga Swiatek with a centre to wide serve, just as net. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. And Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre of the box, and then Rebecca Sramkova backhand return, backhand to backhand, and then Rebecca Sramkova strikes a backhand to the right, but just out. So 30 love. Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek with a central serve, or a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova backhand return, just hits net after a bit on that central serve from Iga Swiatek. So 40 love. Iga Swiatek with a central serve, a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova returns in a backhand drop shot to left from Iga Swiatek. Just hits net. So 40-15. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre of the box, it's top of net and over, so let first serve. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre. Rebecca Sramkova backhand turn, Iga Swiatek then strikes twice left, and Rebecca Sramkova returns, but then further forward by the net. Iga Swiatek then strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner to hold serve. So 4-3, Iga Swiatek on serve in the second set. So Rebecca Sramkova serving. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre of the box serve. Iga Swiatek backhand 10 centre. And Rebecca Sramkova then strikes a forehand to the right, just out. So love 15. Rebecca Sramkova with serve. Iga Swiatek forehand return. Forehand to right. And Iga Swiatek forehand to left. And Rebecca Sramkova strikes a backhand to right. And backhand to left from Iga Swiatek. And backhand to right from Rebecca Sramkova. Iga Swiatek then strikes backhand to right, a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova forehand return. And Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand to left for a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova returns. But out the net, Iga Swiatek with a short angled forehand drive volley from just by the net. And it's a winner. So a forehand drive volley winner from Iga Swiatek. And that's love 30. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve, just hits net. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve, centres wide, and Iga Swiatek strikes one return bit on it, and then Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand to the right, but just out. So love 40 and 3 break points for Iga Swiatek. So 3 break points for Iga Swiatek. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, hits top of the net and just in. So another serve on this point for Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve. Iga Swiatek backhand return, backhand to backhand. Iga Swiatek backhand to left, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand to right, a bit on it. Iga Swiatek backhand return to left for a bit on it, but just out. So that's 1 break point saved. 15-40. Rebecca Sramkova with a. So Rebecca Sramkova with a centre of the box serve, just hits net. So second serve on this point for Rebecca Sramkova. And Rebecca Sramkova with a centre box serve. Iga Swiatek strikes a backhand returns left, backhand to backhand, backhand to left. Iga Swiatek. Then Rebecca Sramkova then strikes a backhand to the left, and it's a winner to save a second break point. 1 more to play, so 30-40. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve, a bit on it, and Iga Swiatek's forehand returns right is just out after a bit on that serve from Rebecca Sramkova, so pre-break point saved. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve centre to wide, just hits net, so second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. And Rebecca Sramkova with a serve, the centre box, Iga Swiatek strikes backhand turns right, Rebecca Sramkova forehand to right, and Iga Swiatek backhand to left for a bit on it, Rebecca Sramkova backhand to right, hits top net and just over, Iga Swiatek turns. And then further forward, Rebecca Sramkova strikes a backhand to the left, and it's a winner. So Rebecca Sramkova winning the last 4 points after saving 3 break points and potentially a point to hold serve and still have it on serve in the second set, maybe potentially, for Rebecca Sramkova. Rebecca Sramkova with a centre wide serve. Iga Swiatek strikes back and turn. Rebecca Sramkova back onto the left, and then forehand, and Iga Swiatek and strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. So still in this Rebecca Sramkova service game. Rebecca Sramkova with a wide serve. Iga Swiatek for return. Purple. Rebecca Sramkova then strikes a backhand to the right, and it's a winner. So a point for Rebecca Sramkova to maybe potentially hold serve. Rebecca Sramkova with a central serve just out. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre. Iga Swiatek for return, centre a bit on it. Backhand Rebecca Sramkova, and Iga Swiatek strikes one to the left, and then backhand to backhand. And then Rebecca Sramkova strikes one to right, bit on it. And then backhand to backhand, and Iga Swiatek backhand to the left, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand to the right, Iga Swiatek backhand to the left, Rebecca Sramkova backhand to the left, Iga Swiatek forehand to the left, and backhand drop shot to the right from Rebecca Sramkova. The backhand drop shot just hits the net, so still on this Rebecca Sramkova service game. Rebecca Sramkova reserve. Iga Swiatek returns in a backhand drop shot to the centre from Rebecca Sramkova, but just hits the net, and it's a break point for Iga Swiatek. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to the centre, just hits net. So second serve for Rebecca Sramkova on this point. Rebecca Sramkova with a serve to centre. Iga Swiatek strikes one return, bit on it, and Rebecca Sramkova then strikes forehand to left, but it's just out after a bit on that forehand return from Iga Swiatek to the centre, and Iga Swiatek with a breaker serve in the second set. A set and a break for Iga Swiatek, 6-3, 5-3. And next service game is Iga Swiatek's. Iga Swiatek with a centre of the box serve, but Rebecca Sramkova strikes a backhand angle return to left, and it's a backhand return winner ace from Rebecca Sramkova. So love 15. Iga Swiatek with a wide serve bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova backhand 10 centre. Iga Swiatek then strikes a forehand to the right. And Rebecca Sramkova forehand to centre. And Iga Swiatek further forward strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So 15 all. Eight forehand winners in this match for Rebecca Sramkova and 19 for Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek with a central serve at the top of the net, but then a bit out, so a second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. And Iga Swiatek with a serve. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova's backhand 10 centre, and then forehand. Then Iga Swiatek then strikes forehand to the left, and Rebecca Sramkova backhand 10 centre. Then Iga Swiatek further forward strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So 30-15. Iga Swiatek with a centre box serve. Rebecca Sramkova returns centre and forehand. Rebecca Sramkova strikes a forehand to the right, but it's just out. 40-15 and 2 match points for Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek with 2 match points. Iga Swiatek with a serve, wide serve, but just out. So second serve for Iga Swiatek on this point. Iga Swiatek with a central serve, just out, double fault, so 40-30. The winner of this match plays Emma Raducanu or Jin Yu Wang in the second round. Match point, Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek with a serve, wide serve, and then backhand to backhand, and Iga Swiatek's backhand struck to the right, just hits the net. So still on this Iga Swiatek service game. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre of the box a bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova backhand. Slice return to left, just out after a bit on that centre of the box serve from Iga Swiatek. So a third match point for Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek with a serve to the centre of the box. A bit on it. Rebecca Sramkova a bit of find on it, but a bit on that serve to the centre of the box from Iga Swiatek. Game, set and match. Iga Swiatek by 2 sets to love. 6-3, 6-3. A match of a level of ball striking, but Iga Swiatek maintains enough of a level to win this one by 2 sets to love over the match, 6-3, 6-3, and Iga Swiatek is into the second round of the French Open and into the second round to play Zhizhu Wang or Emma Raducanu. So that is the commentary match for this one, for this French Open live commentary. Iga Swiatek winning by 2 sets to love. The Rebecca Sramkova in the first round of the French Open, 6-3, 6-3.